with the latest bill being looked into and eventually will be passed in Lagos State, where indigenes of Lagos State, Yorubas, will be given upper hand in property and the rights to it. Other tribes, particularly Igbos, who have constantly repeated that Lagos is no man's land. In fact, right now, according to Asare Dokubo, former commander of the Niger Delta group, a rebel group, he has made it clear to Igbos and whoever wants to listen that the citizens of Lagos State have clearly indicated that they do not desire your investment or whatever. Come in, spend your money, and leave. And if you want to reside with them, if you want to be with them, you have to follow rules and regulation, regardless of the One Nigeria slogan that we often hear. The question that a lot of people have thrown out is this. I mean, everyone in Nigeria will definitely repeat this when it is in their own turf. They will say this. When it is on their turf, they will repeat this narrative. They will say, are we going to sacrifice our own indigenousness? Am I going to sacrifice who I was originally before you were called a Nigerian? What were you? What were you? I'm sure everyone is from a village. Everyone is from a particular part. Yes. Am I going to sacrifice my Yorubaness? Am I going to sacrifice my Igbo-ness, my Ibibio-ness, Efik, Fulani, Hausa-ness, and all of that? Am I going to sacrifice who I am for Nigeria? No, no, no. That exactly is what is being played out right now. Aside the politics aspect of it, it is real. Yes, we cannot erase the political aspect of it. It is for real. When you accommodate, embrace other tribes called foreigners, and they want to tell you that your land belongs to them too, that your land is no man's land, they are trying to erase your indigenousness. They are trying to erase your originality. They are trying to erase your presence. They are trying to erase that love. They are trying to rubbish it. They are trying to erase that welcoming hands that you gave out. Then those people who are indigenous to wherever, now it's not just about Lagos. It could be in Anambra State. It could be in Imo State. It could be in Kano. They will rise up against you. Before we go into what Asare Dokubo said, also, there are questions that a lot of people raised because when you talk about this, a lot of people are sensitive about this, and I'm not speaking this due. This is not coming from any form of tribal sentiment or hatred. No. This has nothing to do with tribe. Either you are Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, whatever. It's got nothing to do with that. We are just laying it out as it is, and everyone has his own opinion. You can go to the comment section to drop yours. When you talk about Igbos, the next thing you hear from them is this. Let them give us a seaport in the southeast, and we will move and do our business. Well, who is going to give you the seaport in the southeast to do your business? Did anybody give Lagos the seaport? Every part of the world, every region, every place in Nigeria has something that God invested there, either by a human being's effort or by nature. That is one. Now, let us ask ourselves the question. Do you find Igbos in Kano? Is there seaport in Kano? What are Igbos doing in Kano? If there are no seaport there, are they there because of the seaport? Begin to ask yourselves. And do you have Igbos wherever you are, south, west, north, central? Will you find Igbos there? Is there seaport in the north of Nigeria? Why are Igbos there? Why have Igbos left their own part, their own region desolate without having those extra, apart from big mansions, without road access to it? What else? What else is there? What else is there? That's a question that a lot of people are beginning to ask. They are beginning to ask. And the next question people are beginning to ask also is they say, look, if you look at Lagos and you say it's no man's land because you have done some investment here and there, you've done this and that, and you keep repeating and saying we are all one Nigeria, Lagos is this and that. They're asking questions. They said, what do you think the real owners of that land that they lease to you? Do not forget that nobody owns land according to the law. If you buy land from someone, that land is leased or is on lease. Have you forgotten that in Nigeria, in Lagos particularly, after you've bought land and you built on it, after some years, probably 80 years later or thereabout, you will just see some children, offspring of those people that you probably bought the land from coming to say that they want to resell that land because their ancestors already ate or chopped the money and that they need their own now. What does that tell you? That land is leased. You cannot buy land and own it forever. Yes, you are the custodian of that land, like land, how can I call it? Caretaker. You are the caretaker of that piece of land. The landowners themselves that you say sold it to you. Yes, they sold it to you to be on it. Not like they can just say, oh, get out. No. But you will, maybe your children will come to pay again after some years because of the new generation who claim that they did not enjoy from the proceed of that land and they want to keep enjoying. Haven't you seen that style and pattern? I'm not saying it is encouraged. It should be encouraged or is encouraging, but this is what it is. That's to let you know that that land does not 100% belong to you like that. It is like leased to you. But when you go to your own region, your own place, your village, that land that your ancestors owned for a very long time and you build on it, no one is going to come to you and tell you, give us. And now when you go to the southeast of Nigeria, you will never find them selling land to a foreigner like, take, we give you land. They will not. So why then do they believe that other people can do the same? Give them land and it belongs to them. I don't really understand. Like when I check comments, I saw people saying this. I'm going to repeat what the person said, that IGBOS for a very long time always think that they are wiser and smarter. And there's a difference between wiser, smarter, and being cunning. You see? But IGBOS think that they are wiser and smarter, but they are simply cunning. You see? Whereas there are people who are wiser and smarter too, even if they are loving and they embrace you. They embrace you to come into Lagos, no problem. You come, you invest, you do all, but they know that you cannot take over from them. That is called ingenuity. That is called being wiser. That is called being smarter. That is called being smarter. You are cunning. Cunningness is, oh, let's build big houses here. Yes, this place is accommodating. These people are loving. Let's take soon. We will take over from them. That is why the likes of Gbadebo Rosevival, the guy who wanted to be governor of Lagos State, that's why he could come out to say, children live more with their mothers. They stay more with their mothers. So their mother, everything about their mother rub off, it kind of soaks in on them. It soaks in on them. So when he said Lagos is a cosmopolitan state, correct. But that does not erase the original owners of the land. And also that does not erase the indigenousness of the people of the land, which are Yoruba people. Igbos or any other tribe are not indigenous to Lagos. That's one. Then he said, I don't think Yoruba. Okay. Why did he say so? Is there a way Yoruba people think? And when you look at posts and many other things on his social media handle for a while, everything shows that he has that, he is more connected to the side of his mother. That is what it is. He is more connected to the side of his own mother. Well, I do not blame him, but for him to think he could become governor of Lagos State, no, it's not possible. It's not possible because there are things that people hold dear to their heart. It's not possible. So when you look at all of these things, it shows to you that even a child who is a Yoruba man from his father's lineage and a Igbo also from his mother's lineage could come to this point where he will be talking in such a manner. So not to talk of Lagos is the only place where you will find non-Yoruba speakers or people that are not indigenous who occupy political office. Look at Lagos State. You go into their, you will find people being commissioners and they are not. Where will you tell me the commissioner in Anambra State that the name of the person is Chine that is not Chinedu but maybe Gbadebo or Olamide or whatever, or even a fake name, Ibibio name, people from the same Southeast but not able. You will never find. You will never find. You will never find there. Never. So let us make things clear. So according to Asari Dokubo, he said, Igbos, have you ever thought why you invested all your money in Lagos? He asked this question. He said, I suggest you avoid Lagos and put your money in Asaba or Owerri in Imo State instead. Asari Dokubo emphasized that it would be prudent to cooperate since the people of Lagos have made it clear that they do not welcome your investment or your presence. He compared being denied entry into one's own home to the thought of forcibly accessing another man's property to himself. He wondered, even in America, would they not follow you if you trespass? Why should the city of Lagos want to model itself after the United States? You should go back to your own country since Lagos is not the United States, because there are people who give examples. They say, oh, look at the US, there is this and that. Who told you go into the United States and see how things work? Even if you are born there and you are not a Caucasian, they will still watch out to make sure that you are only serving, working, doing what you need to do. But if you think you can hijack, you'll be dealt with. You'll be dealt with. They will make sure that you are dealt with. That's how it is. So this Lagos is no man's land, this narrative, it has gotten to a point whereby the Yorubas in Lagos State are not comfortable with it and they are ready to take action. They are saying, no, enough is enough. If Lagos is no man's land, we will show you that that land is Yoruba land so that you can change your perception. This has been going for many years. So this present generation of the likes of Mudashiru, the speaker in Lagos, he's saying, no, enough is enough. Enough is enough. This narrative must come to an end. It must come to an end by actions, policies, steps. In general, you find 90% of Lagosians, regardless of their religion, regardless of education, regardless of whatever, repeating the same thing, saying we have to stand our ground this time around. Yes, we'll have some few percentage, and some of this remaining percentage are either having their parents from other parts. I mean, one of their parents from other parts, either Igbo, like Badebo, or from other part. Those are the ones that cannot 100% lean towards this Lagos is no man's land thing. If you also, if you want to tell yourself the truth, it doesn't matter if your dad and your mom, both of them, one is Yoruba from Lagos, one is from Anambra, like Badebo, or if you want to tell yourself the truth, you will say, yes, Lagos cannot be no man's land, Yoruba people's land. My father is a Yoruba man, married my mother. My mother had to change her own Igbo surname to that of my mother, to that of my father, sorry. And this shows to you that Lagos cannot be called no man's land. But then if you want to deceive yourself, you will say, Lagos is no man's land. Because your mom is from Anambra, Imo, Ebonyi, Calabar, and wherever. You see? So this let us tell ourselves the truth so we can forge ahead and move forward. Don't say Lagos is no man's land. It's not possible. Who said so? It's Yoruba land. And God put in their blessings for people to come and become great. Like how people go to New York and make it in life. Lagos has opened the doors to a lot of people. Why didn't whoever stay wherever they are and make it Lagos with the port? Who put the port there? Did God not intentionally put the seed there? Why don't you dredge the seed down to Imo, Anambra, or whatever? Or whatever. And what about Kano and those parts where you find Igbos? The truth is this. God places certain things in certain places and place certain people who can do certain things. You should ask yourself, why is it that Igbos, they can move from here and there and do things? It's because it has been placed in them and they've repeated it several times and they are good in whatever they do. That's it. Appreciate the Igbos for whatever they do, wherever they go to. Appreciate. That's it. And appreciate God for the land and what the indigenous people inherited from God. End of story. With this, everyone can work together in cohesion with respect each other. That's it. Everyone has something that's been deposited in them or in their land. Appreciate it, embrace each other, and let's forge ahead. So we won't have this, even people marry themselves. Marry themselves, go to Anambra, build a big house, and you're a Yoruba man, you do business there. Not necessarily because of marriage. Just, this is how it's supposed to be. But it is not so. So we have to call a spade a spade. What are your thoughts? Like and share. Subscribe to this channel. See you in the next update.